Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? This is Christopher Brathwaite, personal trainer and nutrition coach in downtown Manhattan. And today I want to talk to you guys about intermittent fasting and also when is the best time to work out while you're going through your intermittent fast, all right? So in my previous videos, we've covered some of the benefits, some of the most effective ways to approach intermittent fasting. And then I also gave you guys a video on the physiology behind what's going on with the hormones in the body while you're going to be going through your intermittent fasting, all right? So now, on my journey, this is actually my second time doing intermittent fasting, and so far I'm down about 7 pounds. I didn't get to weigh myself over this weekend. Actually, this video was supposed to be made about a week ago, but things just kind of got busy, so I'm delivering it to you guys right now. So in about 2 seconds, I'm going to upload a picture, and it's going to show you exactly what my progress has been from November 1st to December 1st. So like I said, I'm down 7 pounds, and I'm almost down about 2% as far as body fat goes, all right? The way that I'm calculating my body fat, I'm using the calipers. Now, usually a lot of people use these machines, which if you guys go to the gym, you'll see them holding them. Now, typically these machines, they can be off anywhere between 5 to 8%. I want to get the right name for you, but can't think of it right now. But it's like a bio electric machine. All right. I'll probably also post a picture as well so you guys can get an idea of it. But anyways, though, these machines will your body fat will typically be altered about 5 to 8% up or down. So it's not the most accurate way to actually measure it. One of the most accurate and most easiest ways for anybody to calculate their body fat is by using calipers, all right? So I use the 3-site method. They do have like a 5 and they also have a 7, but me personally, I just decided to use the 3-site, all right? So you'll also see my body fat on this picture as well, though, and see what my results are looking like. On January 1st, that's exactly when I'll do my last update as far as pictures go, all right? I may also throw in some videos in there as well, though, so you guys can get a visual of, all right, November 1st video and then this January 1st video, okay? So now, anyways, back to what this video is about, all right? When is the best time to work out during your intermittent fast, all right? So it depends on what it is that we are looking to do, all right? Are we looking to do cardiovascular training or are we looking to do resistance training, all right? Now, if we're going to do cardiovascular training and the response that we're looking for is to generate weight loss, the best time that you're going to actually want to do your cardio is while you're going through your fasting window, all right? Whether it's a 16-hour window or an 18-hour window, because you're already in that fat-burning stage, your body's going through what we call lipolysis, all right? Which is a process that the body goes through to help break down those fats, all right? So now, considering the fact that you're already going through that fast and your body's already going through this transition of breaking down fats for fuel, that's when you want to try to ramp things up and you actually want to try to start doing your cardio, your cardiovascular training. Now, that can be anything from steady state on the treadmill, the elliptical, the stairs, a row machine, if you want to go outside and take a run, whatever it is that you like to do. Even if you guys go to aerobics classes, that's fine as well. If you want to wake up in the morning, you're still in that fasted state and you decide, all right, cool, let me go to the gym, that's perfectly fine. What I would not recommend is that from a cardiovascular standpoint, if you are going to do any kind of like high intensity interval training or HIIT training, that could be anything from doing a whole bunch of burpees with some battle ropes, doing like sprints, intervals on the treadmill or even outside. Now, because the reason I say I would try to stay away from it, at least in the beginning. If this is your first time going through intermittent fasting, your body's going to be going through a whole lot of changes, all right? Just from the fact that you are actually going to go from eating, like, let's say 3 structured meals a day, let's say, or 3 or 6, whatever it is that you typically eat, to only eating about 2 meals or eating all of your meals within this 6 to 8 hour window, all right? So your body's already going to be going through that transition. If you double that on top with HIIT training, now your body's going to be going through this crazy fluctuation, all right? So I never got to talk about it in my last video, but cortisol. Cortisol is what we consider a stress hormone, and when the body gets overtaxed, your body's going to start to produce a lot of this stress hormone. So when you're already going through this intermittent fast, your body is already going to be producing a decent amount of cortisol because it's already signaling that we are going through this starvation period. Although we are going to eventually feed the body the nutrients that it needs, during that period, cortisol levels will be a little elevated. So now if you're going to combine that with the HIIT training, then we can start to essentially have some issues if your body is not used to it. So what I would recommend is if you are going to do HIIT training during your fasting period, transition into it. Progressively work your way up to it, and then so that way you can stay in that fat burning stage, and you don't necessarily lose muscle or break down any kind of muscle proteins for fuel. All right. So steady state cardio is great. Like I said, whether you're going to do aerobics, go to like Zumba classes or whatever, that's perfectly fine during your fasting window. HIIT training, give your body some time to adapt to the intermittent fasting as well as to the steady state before you actually start to incorporate any kind of HIIT training or any high intensity type stuff. All right, so that's from a cardiovascular standpoint. All right, now from a resistance training standpoint, this is when things start to get a little interesting. So we already spoke about some of the benefits of intermittent fasting, and HGH levels, or human growth hormone levels, being increased is one of the biggest things that most people go after. Whether they're looking to lose weight or not, you will be able to keep some of that muscle on if you are actually feeding it the nutrients that it needs from a protein and a carbohydrate standpoint, as well as doing some resistance training. All right, so because we've already got those elevated levels of HGH due to the fasting, if we combine that with the resistance training, which is also going to help elicit a boost in testosterone as well as HGH, now we've got like a big storm now. So now we've got a double whammy from the fasting as well as the resistance training. Now, one thing that you want to know about the resistance training is that you are not going to go out there and set a new PR or personal best or one rep max, all right? So let's say typically you lift 155 pounds 10 times and you say, all right, cool, well, I'm already fasted, I feel amazing, I feel strong, which you will. I do not recommend that you go out there and you try to do a one rep max. It's going to require a lot of fuel that your body doesn't necessarily have, depending on when it is that you're doing your workout, or when it is that you started your fast, so to speak. So if you started your fast, let's say at 10 p.m., meaning that you had your last meal before 10 p.m., and then you wake up at, let's say, 8 a.m., so now you've already gone through about 10 hours of fasting, I would not recommend going out there and trying to set a whole new PR. You can resistance train. I would recommend anything from light to moderate weights, and also anything from like mid to high reps. All right, so anything from about 12 to 20 repetitions, that'll be perfectly fine for you. If you feel like you've got the extra energy, and once again, this is all depending on the person. So if you feel like you've got the energy, you feel really great, and your body's starting to adapt to the different stimulus that you are placing on it from a fasting standpoint as well as from a training standpoint, cardiovascular and resistance, then you can start to kick it up a notch and say, all right, cool, well, I want to start to train a little bit heavier. But the key to training is to get your body adapted to these different stimulus, especially while you're going through this fasting period. Now, if you are going to train during your feeding window, the biggest difference is what energy system is going to be used, all right? So if we're going for fasting period and we're going to train, whether it's resistance training or cardiovascular, assuming you aren't doing HIIT training, then you are going to be tapping into those fat stores. If you decide that you want to train during your feeding window, now we've got another nutrient source that we're going to tap into, which is going to be those carbohydrates, whatever it is that we consume, all right? So I want you guys to think of insulin as a key, all right, and the cells as the lock. All right, so you've got the key, you've got the lock. Anytime insulin is present in that bloodstream, it is going to unlock that door to the cell. Whatever nutrients you decide to put through that door is exactly what's going to be used for your fuel, all right, if that makes a little bit of sense, all right? So we open the door with the insulin, the door, which is the cell, and then if we start to consume any carbohydrates, that is the fuel that's going to be used for that training during your feeding window, all right? So there you go. If you guys want to train during your feeding window, that's perfectly fine. But if your goal is to lose weight, I definitely recommend trying to train outside of that feeding window. Train during your fasting window. Me personally, I train right before I'm about to break my fast. So my fast, I usually break around like 1:30, 2 o'clock, depending on clientele and seeing like who's coming in, who's not coming in. If I have the time, I'll usually work out from about 12 to 1 or 1:30, and then I'll usually break my fast at about 2 p.m. Now, that's just me personally. If you decide that you want to train a little bit prior to that, so at least that way your body can stay within that fat burning state for a little bit longer. So for instance, if I were to break my fast at 1:30 and I decided that I wanted to work out at 8 a.m., I'm going to get all of those benefits of, the increased human growth hormone, decreased fat. My body's going to be in that lipolysis state. Ultimately, it's going to be going through that process, and then what can happen is that I've already got all these elevated levels, so now I have another about, let's say, 5 hours to kind of just keep burning fat, and building that muscle, all right? But me personally, I like to feed my body right after my workouts, so I typically work out right before I'm going to break my fast. And me personally, I've been able to see great results. What I would recommend, play around with it a little bit, see what kind of works best for you. Everybody's body is going to be different, and then find out what, also, listen to your body. So if your body says, all right, I don't feel good working out at 8 a.m. and I'm going to break my fast at 1 p.m., then don't do it anymore. But if you feel great and you feel like you can keep going, then go for it. Also remember that your body has to take some time to adapt to it as well. All right, so if you want to do that for like, let's say a week, see how you feel, that's perfectly fine. If it's not working out well, guess what? Switch it up. All right, so I'm going to give you guys another update on January 1st, assuming I'm not out getting crazy that night. No, I'll probably do the video on like December 31st. Of course, everybody's going to be going out enjoying themselves on New Year's, but likes, share, subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, leave them down in the comment box. Also, visit my website, DreamDrivenFit.com, or check me out on Instagram as well. I post a lot of great content on there as far as like videos. So if you guys are ever looking for any kind of ideas, check me out on there, all right? Have a good one.
Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than the Beatles. Foreign shit running on diesel, dog. Playing with my name, this shit is lethal, dog. Who you see? What? Don Corleone. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they know me, dog. Don't just say it down, you gotta show me what you gotta do. Bring the clip back empties. You asked to see the ball, so they sent me, dog. I just broke her off with a 10-piece, dog. There ain't nothing, I'm just being friendly, dog. It's just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't going playing ball, but I'll show you how the fuck you gotta do it. If you really wanna fall till you fall when you're back against the wall. And a bunch of niggas need you to go away. Still going bad on them anyway. Saw you last night, but did it wrong.